Hello guys, in this tutorial we are going to learn how to create an assertion. So assertion first of all means that we are verifying that the state of the application is same to what we are expecting. And in our login test we want to see that, so we are here now, we are in this new page, we are not in the login page anymore. Let's say that here this page is the home page. So we know that the name for our account is QA automation, but we want to test this, so it didn't enter in another account, right? First of all, I want to do a small change in the code. And the thing that I want to change is that I used username, which is not really actually the username, is more like the email. So let's make this email. Now we are prepared for our tutorial, and as you can see, we have to create another class which will be called home page, and inside of this page we have a lot of elements. For example, we have write, search, community, browse, our account with this drop-down list, and it will be very useful to create a class that will contain all these elements. But for now, what we want to focus on is this text. When we click login, we want to see this message. This is what we expect. So we will inspect this text. We want to take the identifier for this one, and let's say that we want to identify this by, it doesn't have any ID, so we will use the CSS selector. And for this we have to say age 2, we open the brackets, and here we will write class equal, and just copy paste this one here. And we see that this is unique, so it's perfect. We copy this, and let's create another class, as I told you, which will be homepage. Perfect. Good. And let's copy this part. As I told you, it's really necessary to write this. Just copy this and paste it in your homepage, and change just the name here, homepage, and import the driver. Okay. And now we have to write here the identifier of our element, right? Go back in the code. It's exactly the same as we did before. Let's say welcome message equal by CSS selector, and and paste it here. Okay, and then we have to create the web element, the name welcome message, which will be identified by the welcome message perfect. But okay, good. Now we have to go back in our login test class, and here inside of our test method we have to write var expected result is equal to, what's the message that we want to see. We just go here and copy this message here. Okay, and here we will write assert dot are equal expected result. So our expected result is equal to the element that we found in homepage. So the way that login test class will communicate with the homepage is through an attribute. We will create here the attribute as we did with login page, and this will be named first of all tool address homepage, and let's say home. Okay, and we have to use this one inside of this, but first we want to do something different to this element because we can't use this one. Let's create a public string element welcome, which will take the text that this element identified. Yeah, so we will write welcome message dot text, and that's it. And we have to use this one inside of our assert. So home dot welcome, and that's it. Let's see if it works. Every single test needs to have an assert, so every time you have to write this. Let's see if it works. Okay, so our test didn't pass, and let's see why. Oh, object reference not set to an instance of an object. Sorry about that. We have to write here. We have to declare this home inside of our test initialize. So just write home equal new homepage driver, as we did with our login. And let's see now. And this, I think this time it should work. And let's see. Yeah, so the test passed successfully. So yeah, it's really cool. But bonus, I want to teach you something new in this video, which is really easy. As we can see here, we have our test initialize, our test method, and we will do another thing here, which is a test cleanup. And this test is meant to close the page. Driver.get, and that's it. Let's run it. And what does it says? It says that it was unable to locate the element CSS btn primary confirm button, and this is the got it message. So before clicking on got it message, let's put an wait. So this is another concept that I was just waiting to use. Var wait equal new WebDriver wait, and I think we should import, yeah, Selenium support. And here we have to say driver comma times span dot. So you can see that we can wait in seconds, in milliseconds, minutes, and days. So we will just stick with our seconds. And inside of this, let's put 2 seconds. We should wait for 2 seconds until our got it element will appear. If in 2 seconds doesn't appear, we will have another error. If it appears, we're good. And here, wait that until expected, conditions that element exists. So we will expect until the element exists, and which element we have to specify. Got it. Our element is got it, and that's it. Let's run again. Let's see. And our test passed, so everything's good. And this is what I taught you today. I hope you learned something. Let's sum it up. So we created a new class, which is homepage class, where we will introduce all our elements that we need and will access in the future. But for now, we just wanted for the assert, which is in the login test, we wanted to identify our element. Yeah, this one. We created here an element welcome, so we can use it in our test, which is welcome, which is in home being an attribute that we created here. And also we learned about test cleanup, which will close our window, our Google Chrome window, so we will not have many windows down here. And that's really it. And see you in the next video.